This is a certified hood classic.
Another one.
All week long.
There's the gavel. Hello, everybody, and happy Monday. Back at it again with We Got a Case, the beginning of our wonderful broadcast week.
Yeah, it's an exciting time. The two of us have been doing very well recently, and we want to thank everybody. Creed, 1,400 new subscribers on Creed's and Bishop Show, almost to 1,000 on We Got a Case. I think we're like 20 away for that. It's just been a really good time. We want to thank everybody because without you guys, there wouldn't be the two of us.
Two what?
Two guys.
Yeah, and FYI, that 20 more getting We Got a Case to 1,000, that's a big deal because then that means ads for you. You're welcome.
You get to enjoy all the ads, but we'll actually get tens of cents for them.
That's right.
So it's a huge game changer for us.
That's why I love watching. Oh,
wow.
Nice. That's why I love watching some of the streamers that I watch that play slots that are just, oh my God, I don't want copyright claim. We're gonna take away the ad revenue. I'd say, what kind of ad revenue are you guys making? Because
if they've got, look, if you've got 100,000 views on your video, you're making some nice scratch. But if you've got 1,000, maybe not so much. Maybe not.
All right. So no Superior Court of this county in courtroom B. You got something lined up for us, though. You said.
Yeah, there was I stumbled across this a few minutes ago. It was live just about, I'd say 30 minutes or so ago. A very interesting plaintiff or defendant, excuse me, very interesting defendant. And he makes the case. So this is a bench trial for what seems to be just a traffic infraction that happened.
Something's happening. Is YouTube being weird today for you guys?
Oh no. YouTube. What are you doing, YouTube? But yeah, it's definitely really weird. We're going to check this out. Hopefully we'll talk about, this and that and the other. Like the video if you haven't done so already. And let's jump on into this.
Here's by Jill Gillette, County Attorney.
So are you Jonathan Getz?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr.
Great
Getz, we're
serial killer
scheduled
name
here
after
today
that.
for a bench trial.
Are those
Are
his
you ready to
bunk beds?
proceed?
Yes, I am.
Ms. Gillette, ready to proceed?
We are, Your Honor.
Very well. If the state would call our first witness, please.
Get on it.
Your Honor, the state calls Deputy Bliss.
Bliss.
Nice name.
Like Alexa Bliss, the wrestler?
Cool hair, bro.
If you raise
I'm
your
sorry.
right hand, please. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do, Your Honor.
Thank you. You're under oath. Counsel, you may proceed.
Could you please state your name for the record, Deputy?
I got
Hey,
it, Carol. I'll get up.
I know we're stopping this early, but I didn't know police officers could have purple hair. I mean, I might be behind on the times, but I didn't think that was a thing.
Progressive now. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay, just
All
checking.
Angela.
And beautiful bunk beds, as Creed pointed out. Very
Yeah.
nice bunk beds.
Do you think he sleeps in a bunk? He looks like somebody that could potentially still sleep in a bunk bed.
Maybe. I hope he talks about his room or gives us a tour or something.
And how are you employed?
At the El County Sheriff's Office as a deputy.
And did you come across the defendant on October 30th of 2022?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Where did you come across the defendant at?
Approximately it was K-99 and approximately mile marker 34.
And were you driving a marked patrol vehicle?
I was, ma'am.
What drew your attention to the defendant?
I recognized him to be going 73 miles an hour in a 55 mile an hour zone from my radar.
And
It's kind of fast, 73 and a
are
55.
you one of our newer deputies?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
All right. And which patrol vehicle were you operating?
I drive a 2016 Dodge Charger.
And did you check your radar that morning before you operated it?
Yes, ma'am, every day. I do
Thank you, Rose. If you haven't got a membership yet, make sure you turn on gifts for memberships because people like Rose will come through and drop them.
Purple hair girl, I'm thinking might be in T's camp, maybe.
I don't know. Maybe I did. Did you notice the little smirk that Jill gave her when she's like, "You're one of our new officers, aren't you?"
It's a little awkward.
I'm guessing that has to do with their hair, but I mean that shouldn't have anything to do with it. New, old. If he's doing sweet tea, if he's doing 70 something and a 55, you got to pull him.
it does a self-test, and I use the tuning forks before I start.
And when you had him on radar at 73 and a 55, did you initiate a traffic stop?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
And upon initiating that traffic stop, what was the first thing you did?
I greeted, introduced myself, told him the reason for the stop. I asked him if he had any weapons or anything illegal in the vehicle, asked him for his driver's license, insurance, and registration for a vehicle.
And were there any other vehicles near or around him when you had him on the radar?
No, ma'am, I don't believe so.
Okay. Were you sitting
Thank you, Angela.
Monday monies. Thank you.
stationary or running moving radar?
That I do not know, but at that mile marker, I believe I would have been driving, but I don't know that for sure.
Okay. And when you locked him in, you initiated a
Samson.
traffic stop. Did you run his tag at that time?
Yes, ma'am. When I pulled him over, I run his tag first before I apologize, and then got back to my vehicle, and they informed me that the tag was expired.
And
Are you shitting me?
Well, that was a good case.
That's all right. That's all right. Do us that way, elk. So is the game we play, Creed, when we watch live.
Yep. It happens. You guys know it.
That's all right.
This time we don't have an
Judge
agreement
Boyd,
with
ladies and
regard to
gentlemen.
resolution on the cases.
Very nice looking
My
flowers
client
today,
has
and a
asked
lot
me
of them.
to,
There's more where that came from.
ask the court to set a bond on one of his 4 cases. I'm sorry. He has bonds on his 3 family violence cases, but his bondsman had gone off for his felon possession case. And we're asking that that a bond be set. It was originally $10,000.
Mystic Lady,
So
welcome.
we
Shoot,
requested to set it
10,000.
at that same amount. It doesn't appear that there were violations with regard to the court, just that his bondsman went off the bond.
All right, that is correct. State, any objection?
Classic.
Time, sir.
And
Thank you for
then,
the time.
We'll never find out.
So your plea deadline date has expired. The court will
Never
not
know.
accept any plea bargain agreements in this case without good cause. Do you understand?
Those of you new here,
So how long are you,
sometimes, when something like that
expecting the
happens,
jury
we'll
trial to
back it up a
last?
little bit. It's a live video. A lot of these do not save. And if they do not save when they
All
cut
right,
it,
I'm
it is
assuming
done.
you're
Don't
proceeding
matter
on the family
who's
violence
watching, where you're at,
cases
and that
first.
it happens
All right,
from
Ms.
time to time.
Ferguson, they
It's
told
part
me
of the
3
game
days
when
jury
we're watching
trial.
live stuff. So just so you know, for anybody who's new here, that's the deal with that.
And it's family violence.
All right. I got
Sorry,
something
when?
else whenever we're ready for that.
All right, your jury trial date is May 23rd.
All right,
Did
looks
you
like
set
we're
the
just
bond
setting
back
dates over here. If you want to
Yes,
jump,
thank
feel
you.
free. That's fine.
Yeah,
Alicia,
this one's a
All right,
weird
thank
one,
you.
Creed. Oh, look, they're good friends. This is one happened a couple days ago. Well, I'm just gonna let you watch it. I think
Okay,
it
all
speaks
right.
for itself.
All right.
Mr. Bussell this morning is appearing via Zoom from the Monroe County Jail, having apparently been arrested on a bench warrant issued at the request of the front of the court. Also appearing this morning is the Monroe County front of the court attorney Rebecca Hicks. Good morning, Miss Hicks.
Morning, Judge.
Mr. Bussell, can you please state your name and current address for the record?
Joshua Bussell. I just currently moved. I'm not familiar
So
with
he's
the
moving to
address
travel.
at this time, but I know it's room 109. I'm right off of Welcome Way, right across the street from Travel Lodge at Days Inn.
Oh, beautiful hotels, by the way.
That's
Travel
Okay, so you're
Lodge.
living at in a motel?
Yes,
Enter,
I
yeah.
have no other
That's
choice.
a
I got
crazy one.
evicted from where I was before to now I'm in this motel, and if I'm trying to keep it to where I can have a stable place to live.
Okay. Do you have any pending criminal charges?
Not at this time, because this one was just when I got pulled over last night, the officer told me that this was the only warrant that showed up. And it kind of shocked me, to be honest with you. It shocked me. I thought I had all my court proceedings taken care of.
I'm not sure why I was shocked, Mr. Bussell. If you have an obligation to pay child support and you're not paying child support, and you've not been in contact with front of the court, there's probably a really good chance there's a bench warrant out for your arrest. So I'm not sure why you would be surprised.
Well, I thought I'm sorry. I thought I was getting everything caught up with all my court hearings. I thought I was literally caught up. That could have been my learning disability. I could have
learning disability.
But it could have just. I thought I did. I probably just didn't make a payment. I think that's what it is.
Well, and even if you're disabled and you're unemployed, you contact the front of the court, they'll work with you, Mr. Bussell. But when you ignore an obligation sitting in your hands, bench warrants issued. And Ms. Hicks, can you provide the court some basic information in terms of the arrearages, last payment made, and so forth?
Oh, Bussell's in
Certainly,
trouble
Your
for
Honor.
child support.
This case has a monthly support obligation of $58 per month. The last
58, huh?
$58 a month. Mr.
month.
Bussell can't come up with $58 a month. Really? He should cut down all that studio time he's putting in over here.
Are you related to a Steve Johnson by any chance? In your
I don't
family?
believe so.
Just wondering.
I don't think so.
All right. Well, there's some similarities there a little bit. Just wondered.
payment received was June 2nd of 2022 for $50. The current balance is $1,886.90. Your Honor, Mr. Bussell was just incarcerated in December of 2022. On December 12th, you found him in contempt of court. It was a first finding. He was sentenced to 7 days immediate jail, so he has a 38-day balance.
I was
at that
also
time, Your
Hold
Honor,
on just a minute, Mr. Bussell.
Oh,
Let her
at
finish.
that time, he was ordered upon his release to report to the friend of the court, pick up the jobs list, and apply for employment prior to the next hearing. And then it's the next hearing that he failed to appear at, which was on February 7th. In between the hearing he missed and when we actually requested a bench warrant, he did find himself back in the jail. However, he was released from the jail again prior to the bench warrant issuing for him. He did not come to the front of the court. He has not made a payment. He has not had contact with his caseworker, Mark Grumman, regarding missing the hearing. So the bench warrant actually just issued for him, Your Honor, last week.
He's pretending to look
now I
surprised.
understand.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
Mr. Bussell, it wasn't that long ago.
Trying to get a
that
job.
You were before this court in December.
I was in the
3 months
process
ago.
of moving. Yes, I was just in the process of moving, and I must have forgot because I packed up everything,
Must have.
my calendars and my appointment book and everything. I must have forgot that I had another appointment. That is totally my fault. Is there
taking
any way that
accountability,
we
that's
can
good.
resolve this to where I can get home today, to where I can have this resolved immediately, to where I can have some type of contact information to reach out to somebody that would help me with my disabilities?
Good to see you. Again, we're going back to these disabilities that he's claiming he has. $58. I mean, I packed up my calendar. This guy doesn't seem like the kind of dude who walks around with like a planner.
Yeah, there's no excuse when you're
packed up.
in the rears with the $58 a month.
It takes you a while, especially at $58 a month, to be well over $1,000 you owe for this child.
I wasn't even going to do that math because it's Monday, but it's quite a while. It's quite
like
a few
18
months.
years worth of money.
Well, Mr. Bustle, you've ignored the front of the court since December. You were supposed to, you were given a notice for February. Let's assume you lost the paperwork. Okay, that's understandable. Why couldn't you come into the front of the court and say, you know what, I just wanted to touch base with everyone. Even if there was a bench warrant issue and you appeared, we would have canceled the bench warrant. But you've totally ignored this obligation, and you've not made any payments since June of 2022.
I had no income. I have no income.
How do you support first of all, are you disabled, Mr. Bustle?
I'm mentally disabled, but I don't receive disability.
Have you applied for Social Security?
I'm trying, but I can't comprehend the paper.
Self-diagnosed, mentally disabled.
Oh, Marky, I don't know who told you that.
Ugh. It was a lie, though.
I stopped smoking every night when I go to bed.
Last time Creed stopped smoking was when Mr. Bustle made a payment.
That sounds about right.
I barely can read.
If you come in and talk with the front of the court, your caseworker, they'll give you a list of employers who are screening for employees, and they can help you find a job that will tolerate your disability. Alleged disability, Mr. Bustle. Well, you've ignored this obligation. You've done nothing. So how do you currently support yourself? Public assistance?
My fiance is helping me trying to get back on my feet.
Good.
It's not that disabled then.
Okay. Well, so do you receive any public assistance, or your fiance supporting you?
I got state insurance.
Right. What about income? Do you receive any public? Do you receive unemployment?
If anybody gives me, no, it is if somebody gives me a cleaning job, somebody that will give me something that I can clean or something to do, then I can work. But every time I put an application in, nobody hires me. I don't know what the deal is. So I'm gonna go down through another temp service and see if I can do that again.
Well, the front of the
And
court,
I'm possibly
once again,
battling cancer.
Mr. Bustle, we went through this in December. Once again, the front of the court is a 4-page list of employees that are screened for employees. I can get you jobs today, Michigan Bar, washing dishes. Can you do that?
Oh,
you know what?
I was listening, but I missed that one.
I remember that list. You're right. I remember that list because I do have that list somewhere, but I remember you handing it to me. Not you directly, but I remember getting it from you guys.
Well, the front of the court updates it every month. So when you get out of jail, you need to come over to the front of the court and get a copy of that list and get a job.
Yes,
there's some jobs you should be able to do with your disability.
It's hard with my disability. It's really hard. And especially when I barely can read.
Well, there's jobs that you don't need to read. Like say washing dishes. Jack's Lawn Service is looking for people. Any event, get that job list. All right. Your fiance or your girlfriend can post a bond on your behalf. Is that correct?
No, she can't post bond. She don't have that kind of money. We just recently moved. We just spent about, let me think, about $300, $400 she just spent, not me. She did just in an apartment. And then we just got kicked out of there, and I had to get help from my dad to get a motel room because we had no money.
Okay. Can your dad post a bond on your behalf?
My dad's broke.
Okay.
He just said he borrowed money from his dad.
That's why he's broke. He's been borrowing money from his dad for the travel lodge. Some nice digs.
If this guy really can't read, that is terrible. But
sure, that's sad.
But I feel like this guy is a bit of a con man. He's pretending a little bit, maybe.
Oh, I think he's adding a little extra on today.
Oh yeah, he's.
Judge.
I mean, if he's all these things, how did he end up with a Warman? I mean, he's got a place. He knows all about moving and things like that. He knows all this other stuff.
Let's not forget, as you guys pointed out in the chat too, he has an appointment book that he keeps.
Yeah. How does he write in that if he can't read? You definitely can't write. Because what would you write? You don't even know what you're writing. You just write just like squiggly lines. And I'll know on that day that means I need to go somewhere. He's contradicted himself a couple of times.
I mean, how much would it be? I mean, I'm trying to come up with ways that would be able to help, but if I can get out today, that would help out big time, because technically I was supposed to have my visit today with my son, Junior.
Unless you can post a bond, Mr. Boss, that's not going to happen. You need to, your actions speak louder than your words. You keep saying, I'm going to do this and do this. You've done nothing since your last court in December. You have 38 days hanging your head. So the court's going to pose some additional jail, but you can post a bond if you're going to be out of jail. But when you get out of jail, Mr. Bustle, you need to stop in front of the court, get a list, talk with your caseworker. They can help you. If in fact you're disabled, then you let your caseworker know that. Apply for public assistance.
Your Honor, I do need some help. I don't need any more jail time. If I stay in jail, Your Honor, I'm going to lose my home. I'm going to lose my son. I can't.
You said you have no home. You're just renting a hotel, Mr. Bustle, and you're not going to lose your son.
That's the only home that's the only home I got. I can't lose that. I can't lose my son.
Okay. Well, you're not going to lose your son. Ms. Six, do you have any questions of Mr. Bustle?
No, Your Honor, I have no additional questions.
Nobody can afford that bond.
Mr. Bustle, once again, all you have to do is keep in contact with the front of the court. We'd work with you, but you've ignored things. The only time we see you is when you're picked up on a bench.
I'm not ignoring nobody. Why are you sitting here saying that I'm ignoring you guys? I'm not.
It sounds like you have.
Mr. Bustle, why don't you just appear personally before the front of the court sometime since December?
I've been trying. But
okay,
I'm actually battling cancer and a tumor inside my testicles.
There it is. You were right.
You're out driving around in a vehicle last night. You could have come to the courthouse.
It's not my car.
All right.
He just said he is fighting cancer in his testicle.
When the crying doesn't work and all other things fail.
I mean, he's going deep. Real deep.
Right on time, Terminator.
I mean, ball testicle is terrible. That's an awful thing. I mean, I think they call that the Lance Armstrong, but it's not good. But I can't believe we're just trying to pull out all the stops.
Oh, he's trying hard. And this judge ain't listening to none of it.
I mean, none of it has anything to do with him not paying a dime for a very long time. He's so worried about his son, but yet he can't get a couple of bucks over to him. Come on, man. Come on.
Mr. Bustle, you're not very convincing to this court. Ms. Hicks, what's your recommendation?
Your Honor, the front of the court would recommend 38 days jail, 7 days immediate credit for today. As according to the jail website, 3/16 is the rest date. Or $500 bond to be released without serving the remaining 6 days, and then a return date of May 16th at 8 a.m. on my Zoom.
I can't do no more jail time.
Well, here's the deal. Mr. Bustle, if you can just reach out to your fiance and your dad, if they can put together $500, you'll be released today. You can be home for dinner.
Don't got that money, Your Honor. I don't know how many times I got to tell you, my brother was just in an accident. My dad don't have that kind of money. I just recently moved. I got no money. I'm broke.
I understand.
My fiance's not going to get money until the 27th.
500.
And that's when either not the 27th, the 21st. She just filed her taxes.
That's tomorrow. You're good to go.
She's going to help me with making a down payment for my child support.
Oh, he must get paid by YouTube.
Mr. Bustle, you could have avoided put yourself in this position by ignoring this obligation, ignoring the front of the court, not appearing in February. Even if you lost the paperwork, I understand that. You could have checked with the front of the court saying, hey, I just want to make sure that everyone knows what's going on. I'm having a problem. I've got some disability problems. I don't have the income, but I'm just checking in with the front of the court. That could avoid
very broke.
You're in. Is there anything you want to say before the court imposes a sentence?
I've been trying to call you, been trying to reach out to you guys. My phone
How
is
did you
not
do that?
working.
Okay, Mr. Bustle, how did you reach out to the front of the court? Tell me.
I tried to call repeatedly.
Okay.
Was it just busy?
My
Or?
phone is
Are they ignoring his call? They got him blocked.
And-
I mean, I've called a courthouse before, and they pretty much pick up Monday through Friday during working
absolutely.
hours.
Right, even during the C word.
I called you every day, and all I got was the answer machine.
Yeah, T, I agree with you on this one. Listen, a lot of these cases where they're indigent and have we'll say mental disorders or any of this, I usually can side with them and say, all right, Judge, let's just give him a little. I mean, the dude wants to work. He wants it. No, I don't believe a damn word this dude's saying. So
He started pulling out stuff about his brother. I mean, he's grabbing at everything he can grab
just
at.
a million excuses. Plus, again, as things weren't working, it got more and more dramatic as well.
And the judge is just like, hey, I'm not having it, bud. I don't believe you. I think you're full of BS.
I love how the judge is holding. He's not moving. He's not budging. He knows the truth, and I love it.
I called you every day, and I said you wanted to take my calls, and then my phone was broke. I couldn't call at all. Kitchen court cases, by the way. Good to see you.
I've been having technical difficulties. There's
Come
two
into the
numbers on my
courthouse,
SIM
sir.
card.
What?
You only live a couple miles
Difficulties.
away. You could be into the court. You come into the courthouse.
Your Honor, I cannot walk. I am dealing with a split testicle.
What is a split testicle?
Lisa, I'm glad that your nephew got that. Sorry.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad the grandson and nephew got your stuff. But what in the hell is a split testicle?
Huh?
Is that the outside or the inside?
I
Either
don't
way,
know,
it doesn't sound good.
He's doubled down on this cancer thing, I guess.
He has busted a testicle. I didn't even know. Is that part of his self-diagnosis? Is
Did he
that
sit on one of them?
Is that the official diagnosis? Split testicles, like split personality? Oh my God, that is terrible. If it's real, it's horrible. I still don't feel bad for him, but my God.
I mean, too bad we don't live in a world where we can say, okay, let's see it then. Let's do it.
He is just digging out anything. There's nowhere. Where do you go after split testicle? You can't go anywhere else. You've just really hit
Cancer, death,
excuses,
crying, homes, kids to see. There's nothing else.
There's nowhere else to go after you say, Your Honor, I have a split testicle.
Yeah, I mean, it would be if it is what we are thinking, but I don't think that's
either way. If it's the outer layer or the juicy insides, it's bad.
All right. All right, to Mr. Bustle, the court's going to follow Ms. 6's recommendation. This is the sentence the court's going to impose. I'm not going to impose it the full 38 days, which I could. You got 38 days. You've had the court's sentence is that you order to serve 7 days immediate. You give him credit for the 1 day you have served. So that's 6 days in jail, but you can be released immediately upon posting a $500 cash bond. So if you can post that this afternoon or tomorrow, otherwise you serve 6 days, and you'll be released, Mr. Bustle, and you're ordered to appear before Ms. 6 at the front of the court on May 1st. I'm sorry, you said May 16th?
Yes,
Ms.
Your
Hicks?
Honor, at 8 a.m.
May 16th, 2023 at 8 a.m. Now we're going to put this in order. We're going to email it over to the jail. You get a copy before release. But when you get out of jail, come over to the front of the court. Get a copy of that 4-page job list. Talk with your caseworker. Let them know that the physical problems you're having. And if as long as you appear in May 1st, you'll not go back to jail. You hold the key to the jail, Mr. Bustle.
Is there any way that we can work on something that we're not doing no jail time, please? I cannot afford jail time. I need to get back to my son. I can't lose him.
When you come back on May 1st, we can talk about that. Mr.
He doesn't
Bustle.
have custody of his child, so
But
what
again,
does it
this
matter?
is reach out to your fiance. Maybe between your fiance and dad, they come up with $500. You can apply toward your rear. Just not going to find the cost. You can apply toward your
Nobody
rear.
has that, Your Honor, nobody has that money right now until the 21st when my girl gets her taxes.
My girl.
Maybe she's got a sister or other party they can reach out to. That's the
She
essential
has
for
no
Mr. Bustle.
family. She's an only child.
I'm sorry. This
No
is
doubt.
ridiculous.
I'm an only child, but I have family, just so you know. Just
Maybe
FYI.
she can reach out to family. She's an only child, Your Honor. This guy's, I love his excuses. He's a real POS, but I mean, I love his excuses.
Yeah, you got to give him a little bit of credit for how hard he's trying, but
he's not letting up on it. He's not letting up.
Remember, owes like 1,000 plus. It is $58 a month, correct? A month.
Yeah,
58 a month.
You can't raise a child. That's taking the kid out to eat one time, maybe a couple of groceries, one or two. Tony, good to see you.
The court hears you, Mr. Russell, but that's the sense of the court.
I don't got a lot of support anymore.
Right,
That's
we're
why I'm trying to
done
rely on
arguing,
you
Mr.
guys to
Russell.
help me.
Mr. Bustle, we're done arguing. You put yourself in this position. No one else but yourself. You could avoid it by simply appearing when required, keep contact with the front of the court. Right, that will conclude this hearing.
Oh, a little bitch ran away. Look at him.
Oh, he's cussing.
All right, thank you.
Wow, he just busted out. I mean, look how well he moved with his messed up testicle, Creed. Once the case was over.
Good point.
He was out the door. What you got, Creed?
What do I got? I got a little case of licking for us here
licking.
on this Monday with Stansberry.
Licking live.
Like a little baby just ran out of there.
That dude
Hey,
was something.
kudos to that judge. Seriously, not
sticking to it.
Way.
Sticking to it. Gotta like that. Stansberry, slow but methodical.
Your bond. Anything else you want to say here?
Yes, sir. I have a full-time job. I just recently moved into my place a month ago. I'm trying to get full custody of my daughter. I'm supposed to be meeting up with the coalition of care, so I can move into a better place. This is just temporary right now, so I got an address and I got a place to live for, CPS and all that. And I just got a lot of things going on in my life, for, to further my, me. But I got to get these things taken care of too, But I did not mean to miss court, Your Honor.
Okay. At least he didn't pull the split testicle card.
That's a good point. Not yet. Anyway.
Judge George had a full-blown jury trial going for some.
I think it was still going on. I saw a couple of testifying. Doing all sorts of.
I guess the lady had gotten into a fight with the police during a DUI stop.
All right. So, Mr. Henry, when I have an individual who's been arrested on a warrant issued by another judge, I will typically defer to that judge based for the purposes of bond. Obviously, Judge George set bonds on both of your warrants. In the case involving criminal mischief and unlawful restraint, he set your bond at $5,000 cash, surety, or 10%. On the other case, he set it at $1,500 cash, surety, or 10%. And as I said, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to defer to him since it's his case. They're his cases. He can reduce that in the future, but I'm going to honor his judgment today. We'll get these referred back. And as I said, if you want a lawyer, you got to fill out a new application. Any other questions?
No, that's it.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Henry. Good luck to you.
That's not what he wanted to hear. It's a push.
Brian Miller. Good afternoon, sir. Are you Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mr. Miller, do you understand your rights in court today?
Yes.
And did you receive a copy of the two complaints that were filed against you?
I believe so, yes.
First count alleges that it's the sheriff that's filed the complaints that on or about March the 17th of this year in Newark Township, Lincoln County, Ohio, that you did knowingly with the purpose to deprive the owner of property valued less than $1,000, obtained or exerted control over that property without the consent of the owner or a person authorized to consent. That's commonly known as theft. It's a first-degree misdemeanor. Maximum penalties.
Excuse me for a moment.
Oh, breaking news. Oh, God.
Well, that big money. Hello, Monday.
Monday.
Michael, you really know how to make two guys Mondays.
Oh, Michael.
So much better. Thank you. My God, that is awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Everybody says, why didn't
Why
you pause it? This is live. We can't pause it. Sorry.
You can't pause it. Just
Gosh, I was walking through the parking lot. I mean, I didn't take anything.
Well, if you don't think you did anything wrong, you can enter pleas but not guilty today. I'll go ahead and get this assigned to a judge after releasing you on your own recognizance, and you can hold the state to its burden. Is that what you want to do?
You said after releasing me on my own recognizance?
I would be inclined to go ahead and OR you at this time. I need to make sure that you don't have anything else holding you in.
That would be, I would prefer that, sir, yes. I mean, because they have a camera there, but there's also, verify that.
Now, you may not get released regardless of what I do, because apparently you're on felony paper.
Yes.
Have you seen the magistrate for a bond over in common police court yet? Did you see another person dressed like this except with long hair?
Yes.
And what bond did that magistrate set for you?
30,000.
All right, so you're not really going anywhere anyway.
Woo!
I'll go ahead and enter pleas and not guilty on your behalf. That'll leave your options open. If you decide you want to plead guilty at your next court date, you can do that. But you are eligible to ask the court to appoint an attorney to represent you, and you can get
That's
an
right. Michael
application
just
form
dropped
there at the
$8
jail.
shy of a
Since you're not going anywhere, they should send it down here for you. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So I'll go ahead and release you on your own recognizance, and we'll get this randomly assigned and set for trial. Until and unless a lawyer gets involved, all notices are going directly to you. Once an attorney gets involved, all notices go to the attorney, so it's important that you stay in contact with them. Any other questions today, sir?
No, sir.
Then you may go with the officer. Thank you.
Judge Cesar does actually need a haircut. They need
Phone is ringing off the hook today.
All right. Next we have Samuel Onate. Onati?
Oh, he knows. I'll be RB.
Onati?
I have a feeling that.
Is it Onati, sir? Senior Onati?
That's a Unabomber.
Onate?
Onate. All right.
Oh.
Buenas tardes. No habla español.
¿Tú no español?
No español. Y no inglés. ¿Sí?
Mi poquito inglés.
Poquito English?
Poquito.
Okay. So you had a warrant. You did not come here for your trial in December. Today, I'm going to set a bond, and we're going to get a new court date. Your lawyer is still involved in this case. So I'm going to let your lawyer know that you got picked up on your warrant, okay? Can you tell me your address, where you live?
Ronald Boulevard.
227?
Oh, 227, a great show.
227?
It's like the Spanish version of the guy that used to do the song to make the donuts.
Ronald Boulevard.
Pataskala?
Yes.
43062.
Ajá.
Okay. Muy bien.
How much the bond? The total.
Want to say anything before I make a decision?
He's speaking the English real good.
Oh, I don't understand. How much is the bond?
I'm going to set your bond at $5,000. 5,000. Cash surety or 10%. 5,000. Cash surety or 10%. And we're going to get this set for a new court date.
Thank you, Michael.
If you post bond, stay in close contact with your lawyer. If you post your bond and get out, call your lawyer. Stay in close contact with your lawyer. Stay in touch with your lawyer. Do you understand?
Yeah.
All right. Very well. We'll get a new court date. You have any other questions?
I think how much is the bond?
5,000. Cash surety 10%.
He speaks fine.
Not 10%?
Yes, it is a 10%.
10%, okay, thank
All
you.
right.
Yeah, support someone in my family here to just pay the bond.
If they pay the bond, that's fine. You're not to consume alcohol or use any drugs, and you're not to return to Ziggy's.
Ziggy.
Yeah, it's okay.
by
Yeah,
the
very
sea.
good. Thank you.
Stay away from Ziggy.
All right. Any other questions?
I have a lot of questions. I have told my lawyer, the last time I stayed here for the same case for the immigration, I picked up me, and I stay here, and for my family, I got for immigration for sign and everything. I told my lawyer, and told you,
Well, make sure you stay in touch with your lawyer, okay?
Okay,
All right.
okay.
Mr. Onati, you may go with the officer. Gracias.
I mean,
Gracias.
he
Adios.
spoke good enough
Adios.
English.
Katrina
I,
Rollins.
I'm surprised that we went with Spanish. I thought.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Are you Miss Rollins?
Yes.
Miss Rollins, do you understand your rights in court today?
Pippi Longstocking.
And did you receive a copy of the complaint that was filed against you?
Yes.
Did you read it? Do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes.
The Newark Police Department alleges that on or about March the 19th of this year, within the city of Newark and in Lincoln County, Ohio, that you did knowingly cause or attempt to cause physical harm to another, specifically a Jeffrey Schaefer. It's commonly known as assault. It's a first-degree misdemeanor, carries up to 180 days in jail and up to a $1,000 fine. How do you wish to plead?
Not guilty.
Ziggy's is a hotel. Sure, it's very nice. This lady looks very small, but I mean, we know you don't have to
What's
be
your
a
current
big
address?
17 Western, Newark, Ohio, 43055.
And who do you live there with?
My children,
How many kids do you have?
4.
And how old are they?
My oldest is 18, and then I have a 15-year-old, a 13-year-old. My youngest is 9.
That dude's missing some
Is it
good
just kids and you?
cookies, by the way.
Yeah, we just recently lost our baby at 38 weeks pregnant in November.
Oh, she lost a baby.
Oh
Sorry-
God,
sorry
that's
for your
terrible.
loss.
Some good looking food
Thank
at
you.
Ziggy's.
And I don't have any family at all to like post bond. My mom and dad are both dead.
Oh my God, her parents are dead. Oh my
I've
God.
never been in trouble. I have a college degree,
He's an only
like I
child.
don't go to jail.
What's your degree in?
Medical billing.
Okay.
I started my nursing degree, but with my kids,
That's
my
not a
youngest
degree,
has
I don't
autism,
think.
and it just wasn't working out with as
It's
much
probably
time
a
as I was in
diploma.
grad school. So I gotta finish that out when he's a little bit older.
Local
Yeah,
billing
the guy,
would be.
Yeah, the guy before, the way he said that was almost like he was staying there like it was illegal.
Last time I stayed here. Yeah.
All right. So here's what we're going to do today, Miss Rollins. I'm going to go ahead and release you on your own recognizance on 2 conditions. One, no alcohol, no drugs. Number 2, no contact with Jeffrey Schaefer. Now, if you have belongings
Schaefer
or personal
BMW.
property over at 343 Meadowbrook, you'll need to make
No,
arrangements.
that's his home.
Okay. Well, I didn't know whether you had stuff there or not. If you do, you can't just go get it. You have to
You know how
utilize
it
the
works
police for
down
standby
with-
assistance. If you don't have anything over there, then don't worry about it. But you are not to have any contact either directly, indirectly, through third parties, posting to social media, et cetera, et cetera. Zip, nothing.
Okay.
Case will get randomly assigned to a judge, set for a trial. If you don't have counsel, the notices are going to go directly to you. So make sure the address on your bond paperwork that you're about to sign down there is complete and correct. And if you're going to be going for court-appointed counsel, get an application from the jail. But since you're being released,
Yeah.
it'll be your responsibility to get it turned in. So if you want to get a lawyer, you have to take affirmative steps, and you absolutely do not want to wait until the next time you're supposed to be in court. You understand?
Yeah, definitely.
Very well. So, Ms. Rollins, do you have any other questions?
No, thank you so much.
All right, very well. You may go with the officer. Thank you.
Okay.
And she said she had a degree. Never
Yeah.
used it, but
Joseph
now going
Regner.
for another one, I guess.
Second.
I don't know. Hey, she didn't say she had a job. She just had a degree.
Good afternoon, sir. Are you Mr. Regner?
Yes, sir.
Is that how you pronounce your last name?
Rainer.
Rayner. Okay, the G is
Was.
silent. Gotcha.
Yes,
Well, Mr. Rayner, do you understand your rights?
I do.
And did you receive a copy of the complaint?
I did.
Did you read it? Do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes.
So the Pataska Police Department is alleging that on or about October the 29th of last year, that you knowingly, with the purpose to deprive the owner of value of property valued less than $1,000, obtained or exerted control over that property without the consent of the owner. That's commonly known as theft. It is a first-degree misdemeanor, and the maximum penalties are up to 180 days in jail, up to a $1,000 fine. Looks like we sent you summons via certified mail to the Bristol Drive address. That came back as not deliverable as address. So that's why the warrant went out for you.
Right.
Now, the charge itself was only filed, however, on March the 6th. And they issued a summons. So let me see something here real quick.
Yeah, they had my address from the last time that I was here.
Okay. Well,
Another
it
repeat
says that you
customer.
got a warrant out of mayor's court, too.
Yeah, I tried to call for my date, the day before and the day of, up until 2 o'clock, which I believe was my court date or time. And I did not I got a recording, both times. My mother also tried to call as well. Did not get in touch with anybody personally. Did get a recording and left a recording, that I was
From the
not
mayor's
able to.
court?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, tell you what, not to be insulting to Pataskala Mayor's Court, but I'm much more concerned about this case. All right.
Okay.
So how do you want to plead to this theft charge?
Not guilty.
What is your address? Go ahead and confirm your address for me, please.
My address is 1490 Mount Perry Road. That's Mount Perry, Ohio, 43760.
Every once in a while, one comes through that's semi-normal.
I assume that's Perry County.
Yes, sir.
Are you employed, Mr. Rayner?
I am.
What do you do?
I work for UPS.
Driving or loading and unloading?
Loading and unloading.
Down.
Screen pause there.
I know it's been acting up today, but can you hear me all right?
I can.
Oh, that's the one that turns into a buffet and they can't.
What are you facing in Mayor's Court?
Pardon?
Well, what's the charge in Mayor's Court?
The charge in Mayor's Court was a paraphernalia charge.
Oh, okay. All right.
Not one, but two anelias.
All right. A little surprised they've got a $5,000 bond on your warrant for that, but they're going to have to figure that one out. Okay.
Well, I do not have no history with drugs. I do not do drugs. I was in the middle of moving myself and another couple.
Let's hold off on making any statements about what may or may not have happened back in October, because we are recording this, and everything you say, anything you say could possibly be used against you. That's a conversation you either want to have with your lawyer or with the jury or the judge, but not today. Okay. I'm going to release you on your own recognizance, order that this matter be randomly assigned to a judge and set for a trial. Until a lawyer gets involved on your side of things, all notices are going directly to you. So make sure your address is complete, current, and correct, including any P.O. boxes, halves, rears, apartment numbers, what have you. If you get a lawyer, either by hiring one or by going court appointed, notices will go to the lawyer, who will in turn notify you. And it's critical that you stay in very close contact with the lawyer. If you wait to meet your lawyer for the first time until the day of trial, I guarantee you things are not going to go well that day. Understand?
Sure. I understand. Yes, sir.
All right. So, Mr. Rayner, any other questions today, sir?
So I'm released today on my own on OR.
You are on this case. So you've still got that mayor's court bond that I'm not sure what they're going to do about. They're probably going to contact the mayor's court of Tesla, ask them what they want to do. Hopefully they'll go ahead and issue a recognizance bond or authorize one over the phone, but that's up to them. I don't have any control over that. I'm just ORing what the case that's in front of me. Understand?
I'm sorry, sir, but is this not the mayor's court?
No, this is something different. This is 23 to 8.
Does he not even know what he just
This is
pledged
a completely different thing. You've got two other separate cases from the mayor's court. Looks like one's the paraphernalia, the other one is a minor traffic violation. So, like I said, they'll contact Pataskala Mayor's Court, let them know that you got picked up on your warrant. They'll take it from there. Any other questions?
Okay. Nope.
Another.
All right, Mr. Rayner, you may go with the officer. Thank you, sir.
Looking rarity.
Thank you.
We've got a job.
Okay, Sue. Pretty good day. Hope we didn't jinx Tuesday.
Not either.
I'll see you then.
Sue.
All right, court stands in recess.
Oh man, my Monday is always getting better and better whenever we get to see Sue like that.
Get a little Sue action. It's always a good time. Always, always, always. I'm torn on the fence here, Creed. I didn't fall on it, but I'm torn because I have this video. The quality of the actual visual isn't that great.
All right.
But the case itself is pretty interesting.
Let's do it.
All right. Let's do it then.
Sorrel, 23W831111A.
Back again, sir.
Back again, Daddy.
On a stupid charge.
Who's his lawyer? Are you his lawyer?
He refers to where he's at as here as well.
I represent myself. I don't want a lawyer. Yeah, I represent myself. I don't want a lawyer.
All right. Okay, so I'm going to tell you, I have MIDC lawyers here. They're free of charge. Be happy. Be happy. I'm going to
represent myself.
Be happy to give you a lawyer. You wish to waive your right to a lawyer?
Yeah.
You're charged with trespassing. And Detective, could I have your name?
Detective Ryan Barrett with Woodhaven Police Department, sir.
charges that you were at 2170 West Road in Woodhaven, March 5 of 23 at 11:30 p.m. Trespassing, that is a misdemeanor, is punishable by up to 500 fines, 90 days jail, costs are all
After
of
10
those.
years
You
of
understand
crack.
that?
Yes, can I explain though?
No, not yet. You can't yet. Did you sign, read, and understand and advice the rights form here today?
Yes.
If you plead guilty, you'll be giving, if you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights and there will not be a trial. Do you understand that?
There'll be a trial then. There's gonna be a trial.
Listen, Mr. Sorrell, I'm not arguing with you, man. Come on. We've gone through this, you and me.
Hey,
You know,
I want to
I-
explain it, this will be over. I went to get
But you
my
don't-
phones. I went to get my phones at the motel. Lady was letting
Mr.
me stay
Sorrell.
there.
Mr. Sorrell,
Okay, go ahead.
thank you.
Court appointed almost cost me my guns and everything last time. I don't want no court appointed lawyer.
Okay, so you waive the right to a lawyer.
He's going to be his own lawyer. That's great.
All right.
For a lawyer.
Can you understand?
For now I do.
I'm sorry?
For now I do, but I want to have I want to have a trial, definitely. Yeah.
Well, I know, but you want a lawyer?
Hey, where's your dad at? Oh, yeah, your dad passed away. I'm sorry.
Where's your dad? Your dad at? Oh, your dad passed away. I'm sorry, is what he just said, right?
Yes, that is exactly.
And he's going to defend himself. He doesn't want a lawyer, but there will be a trial, and he'll have a lawyer.
Matt dropping 10 memberships. You're amazing. Thank you, guys. What a day that has started. Thank you, guys.
Judge must know this guy. I mean, they're talking back and forth like they're old friends. Thank you, Matt. You're going on to the Monetary Monorail, also known as the Monday Blues Express.
Turn that frown upside down with money.
That was a weird one.
I need to talk to him. Go ahead.
Did you, you're telling me you want a trial, but you want to waive your right to a lawyer. Do you want a lawyer going forward?
On this right here, no, but yes, I want to trial with a lawyer.
Okay, so you want me to appoint you
Trial with a lawyer, yes. I'm not pleading
you want
guilty.
you want me to appoint you a lawyer then, right?
And I'm not staying in jail till then, right? I don't have to stay in jail. That's all I want to know, right?
Listen, let's take one thing at a time.
Explain this, sir. I want you to just explain this and that's it. I don't have to stay in jail, but I want a trial, yeah. Okay.
Thank you, Gary.
I don't want to stay in jail, but I do want a trial. Okay, I think that, I mean, that seems kind of clear and concise. Gary, hallelujah.
Mr. Sorrell, you want a lawyer going forward, right? At the next hearing, you want a lawyer, right?
Yes, and I'll pick out mine, not yours, not no appointed, of course not. I'm getting into business, man. 6 precincts I'm suing in. I'm tired of this. I went back to get my stuff is all I did, my phones, and I demanded my stuff and they wouldn't give me my stuff that was rightfully mine. I did not trespass. I wanted my goods. That's all I wanted.
The goods.
Yeah. Well, you want your goods if they were there, right? And they didn't get them for me. So I'll win this case anyway.
There's a second charge of resist and obstruct, which is punishable by up to 500 fines, 90 days
He
jail.
slapped
Costs
the coffee. I want to explain. He slapped the coffee out of my hand and then tackled me onto the grass. I didn't resist nothing. All right. I'm having a trial on that one too. I'm not pleading guilty. So. There you go.
Welcome, Melissa. Good to see you.
I'm not pleading guilty to those.
I didn't say you should.
Welcome.
I'm just telling you what the charge is.
All right. Go ahead.
I don't know what to do. Listen to me. Please stop.
Okay, go ahead.
Please. Thank you very much. I appreciate your courtesy. Listen,
Well,
I'm entering a not
appreciate what
guilty.
these cops are doing lately to me. Go ahead. Yeah, I'm about Jesus, man, what they're doing.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. I don't do anything wrong, man, and I don't. Go ahead. I'm listening now, sir. I don't do anything wrong. I don't. I didn't do anything wrong. I went to get my stuff and the lady was letting me stay in the room. Go ahead. Now I'm listening, sir. I got my.
Go ahead. Do your job, Judge. I'm done talking. How's your dad doing, by the way?
I see Baldy there. Hey, man, what's up, guy?
Did he
just blow that guy
in the second window, right?
I like him. Sir, I got my point on what I wanted to do.
Now
which is
judge
my
just sit
right.
back, letting them go.
Listen.
I see Baldy there. Hey man, what's up, guy?
He's talking to the bailiff sitting here. He just called him Baldy. Hey, Baldy. What's up, guy? I know him.
And I'm glad the dude's standing next to him, vest dude. Is at least chuckling a little bit because I mean, how can you not at that point?
It reminds me of Spicoli when he was coming into class. He's like, "Hey, I know that dude. Know that guy. What's up, man? Go ahead."
I like my detective friends here too. They're cool.
Right on.
Mr. Sorrell, I'm gonna try to get through this. I'm not gonna have you interrupt me. If you do this, I'm gonna have them hold you overnight and I'll do this in the morning. I'm done with this. You understand?
I won't interrupt. Go ahead.
Detective, I need your name again, please, and I need to tell me what allegedly occurred in this case.
Detective Ryan Barrett with the Woodhaven Police Department. On 3/5/23 at 21700 West Road, the Best Western, Mr. Sorrell was asked to leave and not return by staff. Approximately an hour later, he did return at 23:30 hours, at which point he was placed under arrest. During that arrest,
What did I return for?
Sir.
It is alleged that he resisted officers during that arrest.
Uh-oh. He's mad now.
I got to sit down my neck.
You got a warrant up, Mr. Sorrell. You can sit there if you want. You got 3 warrants out of Taylor for your arrest. Yeah,
They're not legible either.
Legible? You can't read them.
They're all a bunch of junk too. It's not even, I did nothing wrong again.
At least he was staying at the Best Western. Got to give him credit for that. That's a little better than a travel lodge.
What do you want? What are you asking for bond wise?
I'll leave that at court's discretion, Your Honor.
Just one of my goods.
So for the record, I need to know, the family has 3 warrants. I also need to know that there was a competency exam performed.
They don't even want me. They don't even want me.
It's not doing so good with interruptions there.
He talks over the judge more than we do.
Let's go here. Mr. Sorrell, if you interrupt me one more time, I'm calling back there tomorrow, and I'm not releasing it today.
Wow.
All right. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Not to go near 21700 West Road in Woodhaven. If I find out you're going back there and they come in and swear out a bond violation, you're gonna be shocked how long you're sitting in jail because I'm gonna set a really high bond. You cannot have any contact with employees of the Best Western. You cannot have any contact with prosecution witnesses. You cannot write, phone, see, text, email, or communicate with them in any way. You're not to leave the state without the consent of the court. You're not to violate any law. You must appear in court as directed. Also, I'll give you a personal bond, Mr. Sorrell. I really will do that for you. I don't think you deserve it, sir, but I'll give you a $2,500 personal bond. But I don't want to threaten you. I just want you to understand if you violate these conditions, I'm going to revoke your bond, set a high bond, and we will set this for trial or other disposition. In the meantime, I will give you the court date of March the 22nd at 9:30 in the morning. You're to stay away from there. That Best Western. Mr. Sorrell, do you ever, remind me, sir, do you have a residence?
I don't need one. I'm an outdoorsman. I don't need no residence. Even in this weather, I can live in the Arctic. I can live in the Arctic.
He could live in the Arctic.
I don't want to.
All right. That's the bond. You have to be your, I don't know where to send your notice at. Where should I send your notice at?
Hey, I'm getting a P.O. box. I have not interrupted you. I'm getting a P.O. box real soon here, but my mom, that address 472, that I'm not allowed to get either. I'm not allowed anywhere because I won't say mine.
Where do you want me to send your notice?
247, I just said it, 4727 Leisure Lane, Trenton, Michigan, 48183.
Leisure Lane.
Don't raise your voice with me, Mr. Sorrell. I thought you said that you weren't allowed to go back there.
I'm just making my voice a little assertive, that's all.
Well, that's good to know. I don't know how you're gonna get the notice if you can't go back there. But I'll send it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I get
All right,
it.
that's where
They'll
we'll,
find
that's
me.
where we'll send it. And I
They'll
wish you
find me.
well. I will see you here on March the 22nd at 9:30. Lisa, send a notice over there so they can hand it to him before he leaves.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
I won't forget. I have a
I'm sorry?
photogenic memory, March 22nd. I will not forget. I got a photogenic memory, March 22nd.
Send it over, Lisa. Have a good day, Mr. Sorrell. Good luck.
I
Thank
will.
you.
Free. Bye.
Thank you.
Give me my cigar.
I like that he said, I got a photographic memory. And he
Yeah.
starts saying it over and over. Don't worry, I got a photographic memory.
Well, he's reminding himself of what he just heard. Oh my God.
Wow, what a great day of court that was. A lot of good stuff.
I've been having fun watching these faces from Judge George. I've had him in the background. Whatever's happening in this case, and it's still going on. Oh, Tony, you poor thing.
Oh, no.
Turn on closed captioning.
It's all right, Tony. You can fix it. I guarantee you. Go back and rewatch it. It'll be sound. It'll measure. Photographic memory,
I
Creed.
need a house. I'm an outdoorsman, for God's sakes.
I could live in the Arctic.
That was a great day. Even if it was a little grainy, that is all right. That was well worth it because that dude's great. March 22nd. It's a couple days away.
Keep an eye out for him coming back through. Wow, what a good time. Well, guys, I guess we can wrap it up from here, Creed.
I think that's not a bad idea because you know what? Not only do we got a case today, but we've got doubled up because members only for We Gotta Chase channel at 5:30 East.
Man,
Judge George,
that was something.
Tony type S for sound. There you go. That's all you got to do. Thank you guys. A lot of very generous ones, and again, we're only a few away on the We Got a Case channel to $1,000.
That is it'll be a case exclusive channel. You can watch over here for now. That's fine. Or you can watch over there. It doesn't matter. But we need you to subscribe to We Got a Case on YouTube. We just need 20 people to be nice enough to do that today.
Flush 2 bones. Thank you so much.
All right. I guess that makes him the caboose cream.
I guess he is. The Monday Blues Express. Our frowns are turned upside down now with the generosity from our awesome chat. Appreciate you guys a ton. They call me Rose, Angela, Timester, Flusha, Michael, Matt Dreamweaver, and Gary and Flusha again on the caboose. Thank you guys. And like Loud says, we'll see you at 4:05.
That's right. We've got Mini Chase Monday. Lots of very interesting things. People stealing helicopters, Creed. We're going to talk about that. A lot of helicopter theft going on at the moment. Who knew that was even a thing?
Who knew that a thing that we're leaving an hour? What do you mean we're leaving an hour early, Steve?
Typical.
FYI, the show starts at 1, and we sometimes do extra over time wise.
By the way, I did a show yesterday. You can go watch that if you feel like you need more of me.
That's right. You haven't had enough. We'll be back for another hour at 4, and then another hour at 5:30. So
Yes.
we'll see you then.
I'm sorry.
By the way, hey, did you? I tell you what else, Steve. If you want 5 hours of entertainment, we did 5 hours last week in one case. If you want to go see that, that was a whole week's worth of cases.
So typical.
How dare you?
How dare you?
We love you guys. We're going to get on out of here. If you haven't liked this video already, do so. If you're new, say hello in the comments. Make sure you subscribe wherever you're watching from. And until we see you again, we'll see you again. Bye. Typical. Bull crap. Come and hear these guys laying off.